We just entered a new decade, and already we have another Catholic priest sex abuse scandal. This time it's in Ireland, and it appears that Germany and possibly other countries have similar problems in their branches of the Catholic Church. If Catholicism were a newer organization and did not hold the political clout that it has, we would never see this level of tolerance for repeated catastrophic failures. The Pope says they're really sorry, though. I guess that'll have to be enough. Celibacy in the priesthood is not something that has always been the case since the beginning of Christianity. This rule was put in place based on the findings of various councils and meetings centuries after the founding of the religion. I added information on the sidebar in case you're interested in the details. As you can imagine, the rules were put in place with no more regard for research or evidence about human health than the archaic rules around prohibition of homosexual behavior. Eastern Rite Catholics actually do not follow the celibacy rule at all, and their priests are allowed to marry. In fact, I have this policy to thank for the existence of my wife. Her grandfather was a Catholic priest in Ukraine, and he continued to be one when he moved his family to the United States to flee Stalin's reign of terror. When I was a senior in college as an undergraduate studying psychology, I conducted some original research that I successfully completed and presented at a conference. In order to even simply ask fellow students their opinions on relatively mundane topics, I needed to go through a human subjects review board at my college. They carefully studied my proposal, and after they were sure that the risks were low, despite the mild deception that was necessary for the study, they approved it after I clarified a couple points that they were concerned about. Imagine if the Catholic Church was conducting Catholicism as a research study. Here's the experiment that they would need to present for approval. Take a couple 100,000 men around the world and put them in a position of total spiritual authority as the mouthpiece to the public for the all-powerful creator of the universe. Some of these men will see their own natural sexual tendencies as deeply sinful and probably inspired by an unseen personification of evil, and so they will self-select at a higher than average rate to take part in this study. These men will be prohibited from acting on any of their natural sexual desires for their entire lives, no matter what those desires may be. These men will have access to a steady stream of trusting children in this experiment, some of whom believe they are fighting the same personal demons that the men were fighting before they volunteered to enter the study. The supervisors of the study participants will be under these same rules and hold these same beliefs, but also share in the punishment if the public finds out that any of the rules are broken. Oh, and by the way, this experiment has been performed over and over again for hundreds of years and has been found to result in thousands of children being molested, leading to sexual dysfunction and other serious psychological problems, and sometimes suicide among the victims. So what do you think? May we proceed with the research? I'm a non-believer in all religions, so the Pope isn't going to put much stock in anything I say. I suspect that only pressure from within, or perhaps serious outside political pressure, will force these men to revisit this policy of a celibate priesthood, made by other men over 1,000 years ago. But if you're listening, Catholics, I have one clear message for you. It's time to end the experiment.